Set the place on fire.
Hello, Twitchland.
Yo.
Twitch World. Twitchosphere.
Actually, maybe I might do
Or you need Skittles.
Oh, there you go. You
do
trying to
that.
record in the dark?
Is that better?
No, he's got like $1,000 worth of lights in there that he just didn't turn on.
No,
Jesus. Flashbang.
I'm not allowed to use my lights till my birthday. Till my birthday.
Wait, what? You don't have lights on right now?
No, I just have...
Not allowed to use any lights until the birthday.
Yeah, no lights whatsoever.
Like you do.
And you won't be able to use your lights a month after your birthday either, after your wife sees what the bill is for those bad boys.
No, they're fine.
I'm talking about operating costs.
Yeah, she leaves the electricity stuff to me, so I'm okay.
You're going to have the bobbies showing up thinking you got a grow going inside your house.
Bobbies.
The bobbies.
The
You know what they
popo.
call them?
The popo, if you must know. Let me...
I'm distracted.
Announcements this.
Why isn't there just a go to back to the beginning of this video button on YouTube? Why do I have to drag this stupid thing? Especially when I can't grab it for some reason, because I'm challenged.
I don't even know.
Piss me off.
Dude, Tim the Tatman's on right now. I don't want to watch us.
It's a good call. A very good call.
Oh, Moose, that's...
Do I have to watch us?
I just actually turned it on to get the link.
There we go. And I'm going to add a gift, because I can. Boom. Open.
How come you don't share our show in general in our own server?
I'm doing it on announcements now.
There you go. Add a bear.
They don't need to know.
Oh, well, that
That's
don't
what you
matter,
want?
because I have spelt that wrong.
Cross Atlantic.
Yep.
Nailed it.
There you go. Is that better?
I don't know. I need a Twitch link.
Is it bad to say hot
Boom.
fresh out the kitchen now?
Why?
'Cause
I guess
it's
I
a
don't know what that
Michael
means.
lyric.
Mama bowling their bodies. What did he do?
Doesn't want to talk about it, bro. Is he
Right
gone?
on.
Or is he broken?
Who, me? Oh, what? I'm froze.
Yo, why?
Oh.
No, you're good.
You're good. We just wanted to know why you're not allowed to say hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Because it's an R. Kelly lyric.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Mama was rolling their bodies.
Yes.
What are you up to, Rainer?
Got every man in here wishing.
Why do I have to put a stupid token in to Twitch every time? No, remember this computer for 30 days. There's no way I don't click that every time. I mean, apparently I don't.
Probably because you call it a stupid token.
That's true.
Stupid.
Try a little positivity.
When you're a jerk, you get treated like a jerk.
That's right.
The DLC just dropped.
You get what you give.
Am I right in saying that was free on the Game Pass, or did you have to pay for that?
What are you speaking of?
I don't think he's talking to us.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to Ronan.
I also I don't have chat. I'm working on it.
God, you guys are so.
No,
rude.
you had to pay for the DLC.
I had to have a
Oh, did
stupid
you?
code sent to my phone.
Yeah.
It's a season
You get
pass
that?
thing. 2 DLCs come with it.
Right.
What game are we talking about?
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Outer
okay.
Worlds.
I heard that first one wasn't great.
Fallout New Vegas.
New face.
The first one was like the Gorgon, or not the Gorgon, something weird like that.
Demogorgon?
I wish.
I just say words that come into my brain.
Oh, that's from Stranger Things, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
So they had the.
we're probably gonna screw this up, but where'd you
Perils
get your
of
Ubisoft
Gorgon.
Forward stuff?
From Ubisoft's actual website. I'll put the link in notes.
It's probably not gonna make a difference either way, but
Yeah, but
If I
I
can
like
look
to
at
do hyperlinks. It's fun.
no, I know. But like, I either can have a 2.5 hour video on YouTube, or I can have this video, which is all 4K game trailers. So I'm just gonna go with that and then try to hop around as you talk about it, I guess.
My stream deck is baroque.
Break
I'm just
it.
gonna go down the line on this.
Chocolate, it might need
Link
an
that
update.
link at the bottom of our notes there.
Show title. Might be an update.
Yeah, I tried using mine last episode and I couldn't, so I had to actually click into the Stream Deck app on my computer, and then it was like, "Oh, hey, you need an update." I was like, "Oh,
You guys
Yeah,
double check
no,
that hyperlink works.
it works."
So
Okay.
I've checked. Yeah, I've checked it all. I had to.
See, so what
Redo
makes
it
me
all.
mad? Why do a recap but then not play it?
Put it in order.
Yeah, don't put it in order
Yeah.
the way that your video went.
We're going in the order of this website, or in Ubisoft's website, not the actual video.
I mean, which is fine,
Ronan, thank you for the sub.
but I just don't
Shit,
get.
bruh.
Thanks for the sub, buddy.
Tier 1. Now you get to use. Can I do it?
What's up, Rocker?
I think I might have finally been hit by the Dr. Pepper shortage of 2020.
That's not a real thing.
Dude, my click list, they said, no, we don't have any Dr. Pepper for you.
What is a click
Do
list?
like Diet Dr. Pepper, and I
Ooh.
about threw a firebomb through the front of the grocery store.
Jesus.
Do you want me to
I
send you
just
some
said,
over?
no, thank you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go find some tomorrow. It probably isn't too hard. I found out that all those quick list people are just lazy as hell, and they're just like, no,
Okay.
have it. Like
Thank
if
you
you
for
order
the sub.
sliced meat from the deli, it's out 100% of the time. But if you go in there, they got some. 'Cause they
Thanks
don't
for-
want to stand
thanks for the-
around and wait.
Oh, hello. What's
Free
this?
sub, Rocker. I was just making sure our trailers page worked, and
Ooh, I am in a ranty mode today.
for doing that, I put a Dr. Pepper footballs back.
Oh, now you're just gonna rub it in, huh?
Oh, here you go.
That's how I feel like that guy with the mustard.
Are they still dropping the what's the worst that can happen?
No, it's Fansville.
Yeah, boo.
The god of gambling. That's a Rocker.
Why is it Ryan 27? What happened to Ryan 93? Did you kill him?
This is a new year, new Ryan.
Gotcha.
Oh, if I hear that anymore, Jesus.
How many
Christ.
different years have we had this year?
Yeah.
This is
What am I doing,
Ryan from
football?
2027. He's a real good
Yeah.
guy.
I'm trying to
I
look at
can't
the football
remember the
scores.
password. Fair enough.
So he made a new one just to use the different last two
Oh,
numbers.
Chelsea 3-1 up. Jorginho.
Is that what he called?
Yeah. So Ryan's in some money.
How did he bet against the Spurs yesterday, though?
Well, he was a clever boy.
What a jerk.
It's a clever boy.
Clever boy. I suppose you guys want to do a podcast because I want to get some sleep.
5:06. Yeah, let's do it.
I
You know,
want
we're
to.
going on early.
I want to go for a run tomorrow morning.
Said no one ever.
Right? And then you're going to tell the world about it.
Hey, look
Yeah,
at
I
my
won't-
run! How far I am.
I did 3 miles today.
Proud of you, Barrett.
I did
Good
3
job.
miles like 3 months ago, and I thought running was cool. And then I was like, nah, I'm getting married. We're good now.
Yeah, that caught me one.
Yeah, that's it. She got me.
That's a joke if you can hear me. I still
Can you
care.
see the new addition to the background?
You?
Yeah. No. Oh, did you switch it? Oh, no.
Ricky clipped me.
Why can I not see what we're talking about here?
Cabinet bottom right.
Oh, Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
I like it. I had to blow up my OBS to see it because everybody's real tiny. Like,
It's the child, okay?
That's the wrong one.
G baby,
Get your names right.
Is that better?
G baby
No, it's not.
child. Oh god!
No. Do it more.
You ready for some Giants football tonight?
Nope.
Broncos football, you gonna stay up?
I mean, I bet you I can get through the first half.
Dude, it starts at 8:20 my time.
Yeah, I know. My buddy Kirk, you know him. He's a
Yeah.
Broncos fan, so
Yeah.
he's like, tonight's gonna be hell. He's got a newborn of like 2 months as well.
Yeah. It used to be way worse as a season ticket holder because opening night you got to start at 8 o'clock, game gets done at 11, and then you got to sit with a bunch of drunk idiots on the interstate till 1 or 2
Trying to
o'clock.
leave, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a heck of a time.
Oh yeah, and it's not cheap either.
I also believe that as well. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm good to start. You good, Chocolate, with your?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what promo I'm going to do. Yes,
That's Discord, but I think that's what I made Moose do
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, Moose did it last time, and I never know we changed to crossatlanticgaming.gg.
We didn't.
When did that
No, we
happen?
didn't. I just made some shit up.
He just really went for it. He said it, and I wasn't gonna yell right in the middle of the intro. So I was
You
like,
know what I said, Bear. You don't listen.
he
I
listened,
listened
to
to the-
just the intro, and that's it.
Yeah, I did.
You should have listened to the one before that about merch. It was way better.
Oh my god! Now you told him. Now he's gonna go find it.
Do I need to tell you two off? Do I need to be here for every episode?
Amazon.com/crossatlantic gaming.
It was just like, what's that website? Oh shit, Bear didn't post it. It's go email Bear and he'll send you a sweatshirt.
Have you got any emails about sweatshirts?
I haven't. I did get some emails about trying some stuff, but yeah. Anyway,
Hashtag fade grips.
Official sponsor.
Oh yeah, just go to cagmerch.com.
I think our
gonna
fourth
click
host
on that.
still has all those fade grips for everybody, so I'll get them out to you.
Yeah, he'll get them out sometime.
I got something in my eye. It's gone. No, it's not. I was just trying to click the link that Rocker sent, but it's just loading, and now I'm nervous, so I'm gonna close out of it.
Merch.com.
I don't think it's a real thing. And if it
And
is, it's
here
for
come-
cheap ass gamers.
Here comes
Yeah,
the FBI through your door.
Yay! Exactly what I asked for. All right, Barry, you ready?
Yep.
All right, start the recording in 3, 2, 1. You're good.
We all love merch. Head over. I don't even know the merch code. Just hit that stuff. Let's go.
Was that an actual intro?
No.
Am I gonna have to write over
mean-
that? What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go over that because I have no idea what I was talking about. I've forgotten the merch link. Right, ready?
Yup.
Just go to YouTube. Watch our stuff. Why am I here? Risky, play that music.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 121 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host, Risky the Kid, and joining me this week, as always, are my co-hosts, Chocolate Bear
Be prepared, kids.
and Moose. What does that mean?
He is so strange today. What's up, guys?
Oh, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Everybody in a weird mood today?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I am completely thrown off by the last 3 minutes of whatever Chocolate just did.
Yeah, I think if you're an audio or a video listener, you're gonna get
Surprise?
an awkward intro to the episode. Chocolate, do you know our actual website for our merch?
Yeah, streamerlinks.com
/CAG podcast.
/CAG podcast. I'll be here all week, guys.
Are you
messing
sure? Do you
everything
have
up.
to be?
No. Do you want me back?
Yes, please, always.
Oh,
All right, we do have a few new things out on YouTube. They're both from yes,
Yep.
these are both from Chaotic, right?
Yep.
All right, so he put up a Borderlands 3 DLC review and a review for our last month's Game Pass roulette game. That was Cluster Truck. I tried posting in my first hour last week. It was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, but turns out I'm too dumb for YouTube videos, so I didn't think about all of the copyrighted music that was in that, and then it just got struck down into oblivion. I was
Yeah,
like,
you got DMC'd A or whatever it is hard, didn't you?
dude, it was like, I think maybe like 15 different songs played over the course of that video, and I got little notices about every single one of them. And I was like, all right, well, guess we're done with that. Oh, yeah. And we didn't have one this morning either. I'm trying to rework that, figure something out. But anyways, you can go to youtube.com/CrossAtlanticGaming. Check out those 2 reviews that Chaotic put up. Yeah, go check that stuff out. Anyways, another week in gaming. What have we all been getting into? Chocolate, I'm going to start with you because it looks like you're the only one playing anything new. Well, kind of new.
Very loose.
Well, I'm going to start with Batman, The Enemy Within. Did you, I know you had been playing this before. You had started it? Or was it the first one that you were playing back then?
Yeah, no, so I started this one, and for some reason it's taken me 3.
Okay, so you
4
had
months
started
to,
it.
Yeah, finish it. And it's done. It's finished.
You did it.
I did it. Yes. First game of this year, maybe.
Wow, nice job, Bear. Just under the gun of October.
Yeah. It's I have to say, this I know I mentioned it many moons ago on the podcast. This one is by far probably the best version of the Telltale games that I've played now. The way you can now integrate the quick time event movements as well as the options of punching and kicking within that kind of set piece is really good. So they did really well with this one, and the story to boot by far was so good, so good.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting take on a lot of the characters from what I had played of it. But also I did like, as you mentioned, how it was a little more action-oriented than a lot of the Telltale games. It wasn't just straight dialogue the entire time.
Yeah, so it wasn't your 3 options. You did have that ability to kind of sidestep and then smash some poor guy's head through a table. I think that was one of the opening scenes in the casino.
Like you do.
Yeah, as Batman does. And as you say about the character, well, the different take on the characters, this one seemed to take a very, very dark route on the Batman story, which was really impressive. And I don't know how much I can say about the end part.
I mean, it's pretty old.
Yeah, okay. Let's ruin this. So, spoiler alert. And then how, obviously, the Joker or John Doe becomes the Joker. I really enjoyed how that played out and how that progressed. But the strange relationship him and Harley Quinn had unsettled me slightly. I always thought it was him that changed her within prison, and it didn't seem that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing about when you get a hold of a license like this or IP like this is you can kind of, I mean, with limitations, I'm sure, but you can kind of do whatever you want with the characters in the story and kind of rewrite it a little bit if that's what you're into. And that, yeah, with Harley and Joker, I think you see different sides of that relationship all the time, like interpreted different ways. So it's cool that they went a little different way than you're typically used to, I guess.
Yeah, he gave me massive kind of Jared Leto version of the Joker.
The worst version of the Joker?
A tiny bit in some aspects, but that's the feel I got from him. And Harley Quinn obviously was more of the predominant lead in terms of making him an evil SOB.
Yeah, I think the worst Joker is the one that Adam West was in back in like the 60s or whatever.
I had the pleasure of never having watched Adam West's Batman. That was a long time ago.
You need to watch some of them.
Nickelodeon, like in the mornings when they used to show like old people shows, I think.
Yeah, okay, guys, I watched this. Not live, obviously.
Right,
but
yeah, you were in the audience.
Reruns. Yeah, I watch reruns. But yeah, I actually agree with you. That was probably the worst Joker ever. It kind of compares with Jim Carrey's The Riddler.
Mm-hmm. Or the ice, what is it, Mr. Freeze from
Mr. Freeze.
Schwarzenegger.
Freeze.
I just they're just so different from like the Christopher Nolan thing that a lot of people like in my generation, our generation can are like
mean the good
familiar
ones?
with. Yeah, the good ones.
Dark Knight.
I think it's also just that cinema in general has come a long way, and people's
Yeah.
acting and just how things are shot and directed is so different than back then. So it's kind of tough trying to compare the old Batmans to the new.
It's even hard to watch stuff from like 10 years ago. Just
I mean, that's true.
oh,
I think it'll be interesting to see, like, I guess we got Ben Affleck. How'd you guys feel about the Batfleck?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Flick?
I
yeah.
never watched any of them, so
Oh, okay.
No.
So I would
No,
wonder
he's
how you would
terrible.
feel about him compared to, like, Adam West and, like, some of the older
well,
Batmans,
now there's
that kind of thing.
the Twilight Kid. So
Robert Pattinson, yeah, which actually that first trailer looked pretty decent. So we'll see. I don't know. It's interesting
Yeah.
either way.
the Bats.
The Bats. He's too skinny. He doesn't come across too
There.
Batman-esque, does he?
You heard of steroids? They're pretty popular over here.
Or the
Oh.
bat suit can just add some.
Yeah,
Some
that
meat
too.
to-
They put nipples in George Clooney's bat suit.
Ryan and Chad
God.
just said Cedric Diggory is Batman now. Ryan's a big Harry Potter fan, if you didn't know.
Oh yeah, huge.
Cool. So you knocked the game out. I mean, that's exciting, even if
Yeah,
it is an
no.
older game. But and that you,
I'm very happy with it, and then kind of jumped into another massive story-driven game, but
I mean, and
more
you
on
can.
that later.
Let's just go into it right now because Moose and I have just been playing same old stuff. So you're the only one
Okay.
playing not something new, as Rocker corrected me earlier in chat. He said you've been playing something new. Tell me about this 3-year-old game. Tell me why it's actually new. So, yeah, tell me about it.
Very new. So I've heard you talk about. It's not Stranger Things. What is that bloody?
Life is Strange.
Thank you. Same, I suppose, same stuff.
Both created
Um,
by Don't Nod.
Yes, exactly, and that's where I was going with that analogy. And I thought I'd go for another story-driven game. I was very intrigued. The fact that we had a conversation about, I think, about 2 podcasts ago, whether we remembered whether the guy was transitioning into his current person. I
The
thought, "Do you know
transgender
what?
guy?
Yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll go through this story and see what
Exactly
the
what's
hell's
going
going
on.
on. Yeah, because I couldn't remember. And also the fact I think it's only 3 episodes. So I think at most it is probably only 10, maybe 15 hours at most.
Yeah, I would say probably right around 10, I would
Yeah.
assume.
So yeah, I was game on. I like the fact that this is a tiny bit like the Telltale games. So you've got that story-driven narrative as well as the options to choose what you want to say. However, they do have that kind of go, find, explore. Very
A little bit more walking around.
Yeah, I was going to say adventure game, but very, very loose term. There is that option to, discover new.
Just a little added layer of exploration
Yes,
in between your like dialogue sequences.
yeah, and thicken up the story as well. So you've got the backstory, or you can actually see in between the lines of the conversation that you've had previously from the person's room, and it's quite good. I think it holds up quite well. I'm about an hour in, so I've just jumped on the boat, I believe, and I'm going to our hometown to obviously start whatever bloody happens.
Okay.
yeah.
Did you ever try Life is Strange?
No, that was one that I was going to try it, and then it came out of. I think it came out of
Did it
Game
come
Pass.
out of Game Pass? That sucks.
Yeah, and I know it was heavily discounted at one point, but I'm being cheap, and I decided I wasn't going to pay for a game. So
That's fair. I might gift it to you and make you play it at some point.
Oh God.
I bet it'll be back once the new console comes out, and they'll start rolling certain games back through the Game Pass library.
Well, they're cycling in a few of them at the moment that have been taken out and back in. So yeah, like I said, I'm more than happy to play this one. I wanted a kind of a juicy narrative story. I was playing Avengers, and kind of with everything that goes on, and the fact that the game is quite long in comparison, I need those short, sharp kind of games just to play to keep, kind of tick me over.
It's definitely short in comparison because Avengers is supposed to last you for like 10 years or something. So
Something daft, but that's not going to happen. Let's be honest.
We shall see. Well, depending on what pace you're playing it at.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But then also we've got all the other games, so there's no way I'm going to finish Avengers either.
You can get through the campaign.
Look at your goals list because I just did.
Hopefully.
Don't look at mine.
I
For
know.
the love of God, please don't
I
look
know.
at mine.
How's The Witcher and Last of Us going for you?
Really, really well.
Those were two of your 6 backlog games that you pledged to finish this year.
Yeah.
Guys, we still got like 3 months, 3.5 months. We're good.
Yeah,
We've still got Cyberpunk coming out.
I got one 2020 game finished, and 2 2020 games finished, and 6 backlog games finished.
Yeah,
So
just rub it in our faces.
I'm about halfway there. You just got to keep going back to your goals and make sure you're setting achievable goals.
I saw your goals and I tried to put them at like half of what yours were, and I'm still not achieving them. So I might have some issues I really need to look into.
It's all about self motivation.
Guess I gotta find some.
I know. I'm having that issue right now, to be honest with you.
I feel that. So back to whatever
Tell me
that.
what?
Yes, whatever that game is that you're playing.
The one you were talking about.
This is a good podcast. You had mentioned it's kind of like a Telltale game, and that's why I with Life is Strange when it first came out, the very first one, like just seeing these games. I mean, seeing what Telltale games could have been if they ever updated the engine. I know they did an engine update eventually, and The Enemy Within is one of those games that was in the new thing that I just said. Holy cow. Really struggling right now. But after seeing that, I was just I wish that all of the old Telltale games they had engine updates, and like they could have played as well or looked as nice as Life is Strange, or like the stuff that Don't Nod was putting out. I think that'd be a real game changer, because you kind of get tired of like all the games looking the same, I guess, having the same aesthetic that all the Telltale games have.
I think also the fact that the way they were releasing them was not was it marketable? It wasn't a good idea kind of release. What was it, like every few months or every month you were getting a new episode, and then as the 5th episode came out, they then discounted heavily the whole series for you to buy, which was a crazy kind of method.
You kind of got screwed if you were someone who like eagerly awaited each month's release. But I guess that's kind of true with everything. Whenever you're eager to get a new game in your hand, you're always going to pay more than you could a month down the road, 2 months down the road. So,
but I feel with the Tell Me Why, the way they're releasing it every week.
And there's only 3. So yeah, that was like for me wanting to wait till the whole thing was over. Like that wait was not long at all compared to. I mean, even Life is Strange, the first one, like, and the second one, those definitely took a while. And all the Telltale games always take a bit. So,
yeah, I do think this is a better model. It's better for the consumer because you can, depending what your gaming life is, you can potentially knock out one episode, maybe even in one sitting, and then go on to whatever games you need to get on with, and then be ready for the next week to jump in again. It's it's really, really good.
Yeah, cool. I definitely need to start that one up. That seems like something that I could get behind right now. Something small that I can consume in a day or two, just to play through it.
Well, you're a lucky Android holder, aren't you? So if I'm right, Tell Me Why is on there.
Yeah, I should be able to do some of that. And I'll, do we have... That's in our news a little bit later, so I'll talk about my experience with some xCloud stuff later. But, yeah, Tell Me Why. I'm definitely excited to give it a shot. Is this anything you're interested in, Moose? I know this story is not really your thing.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. I figured I'd ask anyways.
Yeah.
But I had a change of heart.
But hey, if we decide to play it for Game Pass Roulette or whatever,
then you have to play it.
Yes. Most definitely, we'll give it a shot.
Bear would love that because he'd already be halfway through it.
So why take notes on games like this when you can play something scary,
Well, we're coming to the month of Halloween, so we've got to bust out a Halloween game.
Oh, you actually do, huh? It'll be October.
And I've got a brilliant one for Halloween.
Let me guess, Blair Witch 2, Bear?
No. Is it Man of Medan? I think this should be
the one? Okay.
Yeah, there's one I bought a while ago and never touched, and is now in Game
Game
Pass.
Score.
For some people, I guess, sure. All right, you good with that, Bear?
Yeah, all good.
All right, Moose. You said you're playing some of the same stuff that you were playing last week. What is
Yep.
that? What does that entail? Some Madden, some.
Yeah, I'm getting better at Tony Hawk. I finally was able to beat some of the like 6 score challenges, which is like over 100,000 and all that. So I'm
Those are
figuring
like the
it out.
highest one, like the highest in the checklist or goals.
But I'm also figuring out that I may be getting some arthritis
Oh,
in
fun!
my little dados here. So yeah, like especially with those games that the two that I'm playing right now are super. I don't want to say button mashy, but you have to do a lot of combinations with the buttons, and with that being Avengers and Tony Hawk,
Definitely a
it's
lot of button mashing,
yeah. I
even
can
if it's
only play.
strategic mashing.
Yeah, I can only play for like an hour or so.
Before you
and
start to get like, is it like cramps or is it like straight up pain?
both.
Ugh.
So
Have you
yeah,
looked into braces or anything?
no,
No.
but I just play till it is no longer a pleasurable experience for me, and then I shut it down. And so I'm playing Avengers at a very moderate pace, like
Yeah.
maybe like one level, like every time I sit down and play it,
Okay.
or one session is maybe one or two of the story missions. But I'm really liking it. I'm at Black Widow now.
Oh,
So
nice.
I just rescued whoever she had to rescue. So that's kind of where I'm at in the story. And I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's coming to an end anytime soon, but it's got to be because I think I'm like 7 or 8 hours into the campaign at this point.
That's what. So like the only thing I played this week was Avengers, so I did get all the way through the campaign.
Yeah.
I will say the second half is definitely shorter. Like
Okay.
I feel like once you get Black Widow,
Yeah.
that the whole campaign wraps relatively quickly compared to the whole first half. So
Gotcha.
so yeah, I mean you're definitely on track. If you're at like 7 hours and it's a 10-ish hour game, I would say you're probably right there.
Oh,
Yeah, I
damn,
think I'm somewhere around that. Just I'm going off feeling. I don't have exact hours,
Yeah.
But
I've just got Iron Man.
play it,
myself.
It's
an
just
hour or
got all your-
two every night or every other night. What were you saying, Bear?
I've just got Iron Man. I've just unlocked Iron Man. So,
Iron Man. Oh,
far behind.
didn't you buy this game early access too? So you were like a week ahead of us.
3 days ahead of you, and then I was out of town for
So a
week.
work week for you, right?
Yeah. I'm desperate. I really want to play. So I really adore this game. I think it's really good. I'm enjoying the story. As you said, yeah, it's very button bashy, mashy, and
It
kind of
eventually, I
on
mean,
the screen.
Right. The more you open up those skill trees, the less it becomes button mashy, and like the actual button combinations matter.
Okay.
it's yeah. I was gonna say that is like because I finally beaten the campaign. I'm finally starting to dive into what endgame kind of looks like, which makes me nervous for sure. But definitely once you start playing higher tiered stuff or higher leveled like difficulty, you can tell that you need to know your combos. You need to have some synergies. Or like my biggest tip for people playing some of the harder stuff is if you're playing with the AI, just bring Hulk with you, because for whatever reason he seems to just destroy everything and not die, which is nice because a lot of characters don't.
Yeah.
As far as you just unlocking Black Widow, though, she's for sure my favorite out of any of them. Like if I was gonna main a character and like level up 1 to 50 and do some endgame stuff, she's far and away, for whatever reason, my favorite. She's just so quick, and she has like a grapple. She can, if you hit right trigger, she'll just grapple onto whatever enemy is like closest and pull herself to them, and then you can just start to hack on them. And it's just her invisibility for the whole team is awesome. And yeah, I don't know, I'm enjoying her a ton. I think Iron Man's probably a close second for Iron Man, and Thor I think are close.
I like
for me.
Iron Man. I haven't gotten to Thor yet.
It's
How have you guys played any multiplayer with anyone?
still haven't linked up. I haven't even turned on matchmaking because you can matchmake with randoms as well. I haven't done any of that
Okay.
because like I said, I literally just rolled credits. That was maybe a couple hours before I ended. So I haven't done a ton of stuff outside of that. I definitely want to get through the campaign on my own though, and I think the campaign as a whole, I actually really enjoyed.
Designed to
And
be a single player campaign, right? I know
it,
you can play it with friends, like they can jump in and help you or whatever, but
right.
it's designed for a single player experience.
That's what, and I think if you played it that way, and I know going into this game, I had told myself that if I spent $60 on this game and I got like a 10 to 15 hour campaign that I enjoyed, I'd be happy with it. And after playing through the campaign and then playing some of the, I think they're called iconic missions, like the backstory missions or like the missions that are specifically for each character. Once you play through some of those too, like that's another few hours. And I think I definitely got my money's worth so far, and I haven't dove into any of the endgame stuff because I am excited for them to announce, because there's no like raids or anything, but I heard rumors of like a Wakanda raid that might not even be a rumor, that might actually be something that they've put in a blog post or something. But yeah, I'm excited to see what that kind of stuff's like. I'm excited to actually be doing like the looting part of this game now, because to this point I've literally just been equipping whatever's the highest, and I still am going to have to do that for a while, I think. But I'll be interested to see what it's like when you are at the top level, having to actually look at gear. Even if the gear to me doesn't seem outstanding in any way or like fun, it doesn't change anything cosmetically. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what the most difficult part of this game is, like what the hardest content is, and if you do need 3 other people that are also just as good as you, and like with communication and whatnot. I think, it's
Ronan in chat says that there's also a multiplayer campaign, which basically is kind of like a tutorial or a walkthrough.
okay.
Everything you can do in multiplayer experience, and you can max out one character if you play them throughout the whole thing.
Oh, okay, sweet. So yeah, I guess I'll do that then with Black Widow just to get her up. But yeah, I think there's a lot of game that will be played. I just don't know how much you'll want to play it after you get through your like first character. It's kind of like Destiny, where I never wanted to roll 3 different characters because you're just playing the same thing over and over with 3 different characters. So I might just choose one main in Avengers and play through. But then when new characters are unlocked, I'll play their iconic missions and like the new content that comes with them or whatever, but maybe just stick with whatever main I'm feeling at that point.
Sure.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, my plan is to get to the end of the campaign at this point and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely want to try and beat this before Cyberpunk comes out. Otherwise, I'm dead.
I mean,
in the water.
You got a ways to go if you're an Iron Man.
Don't worry, kids now, they're in school 3 days a week, both of them. I've got plenty of gaming time.
All right.
Don't you worry.
Expect it to be done by the end of the month. You got 2 more episodes.
October. End of
Halfway
October.
done.
End of October.
End of
Jeez.
October.
Chuckle, there's like over 1,000 hours from here till then, and you only need like 10 of them. So what is your excuse?
There is at least 1,000 hours. Yes.
Yeah, I just graze on games. I just a little bit here, a little bit there.
He snacks.
Yeah, snacks on games.
Yeah, Avengers. Fun. I'm not sure how long or how far I'm gonna dive into multiplayer or like endgame multiplayer stuff, but as far as campaign goes, I did think it was a lot of fun. I thought the big bad guy, which I've definitely seen him in trailers and stuff, but I won't spoil it just in case. But like the final boss fight with him is actually pretty fun. And I think the whole thing's like wrapped up pretty neatly, and it's obviously like the Avengers work is never done, so it's easy to leave it open-ended for more enemies trying to, because I think we fought like 3 or 4 main bad guys, like Marvel bad guys that you would have known. So it's like, not only am I excited for new characters I'm gonna get to play, I'm also excited about some of the like new enemies that you're gonna get to face, some of the new bad guys or like boss fights that you're gonna get to do. Like I've been saying from the beginning, this game in a year from now or 2 years from now is going to look completely different than it does now, and I think it'll be way better as far as the end game goes at that point. So
if they don't team up some of the bad guys for you to face off with, they are completely missing a trick. It'd be great to see kind of a Doctor Doom and Doctor Octopus where you have to fight them through a level. That would be amazing.
That'd be. I mean, as far as like campaign things go, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody good with Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Everybody good with games we've played this week?
I tried to play Fortnite.
What happened?
There was a 15 gig update.
And you were like, nope, we tried.
Right. I allotted my nephew about an hour of gaming time, and that's about how long it was going to take to update that. So I loaded up Mind Dung and went and got Hootie and said, play with your cousin, and walked away.
Hey, that'll work.
So he liked it. She had fun. So
Glad she's still working on your Minecraft dungeon stuff for you.
oh, dude, she's so terrible.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Wait till
Yeah.
she's good at games and you can just give it to her like homework.
Exactly.
Like, I really want to be level 50 in Avengers with Iron Man. Hey, can you play some Iron Man for me? Thanks.
Yeah. It looks like Shine wants me to jump in with him. I'm all about it as soon as it's updated and I get my wits about me in that game again. I think the last time I played, I was terrible. But my nephew said that he's like a master builder now, so
No.
he got a backpack to jump into.
That's all you
I
need.
got-
That's all you need is one guy who can build stuff, and then you can just hide inside of the castle shooting at people.
Yeah, I can shoot. That's no problem.
I got
My only Fortnite win that I have on record, I was hiding in a cave where nobody could build, so they had to come get me.
I was going to say I got 5 kills in one game on
Dang.
Fortnite a couple weeks ago.
Had a bear.
I think they were all bots because they didn't move.
Usually a pretty good sign.
Only happens in Fortnite till you get
Yeah.
to a certain level.
But I thought I was amazing.
They just didn't move.
Yep.
Did you clip it all?
No, for some reason I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't. I
Missed
think it was
opportunity
because
there.
I thought they were bots, and I was like, nope, not showing anyone.
People are
any
going
of
to
these.
call me right out on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be checking out the Fortnites with the new Marvel stuff next week. We'll see.
Sweet. All right, that'll work. All right, before we get into the news, did want to touch on some Game Pass roulette. The game we're currently playing is Demon's Tilt Pinball. Our highest score right now is still held by DanPod, 245 million points. If you'd like to get in on the action, just download Demon's Tilt. It's in Game Pass. We're playing on the X mode table. It's like the second highest difficulty, I think. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
X-Men.
I was going to say middle tier, but yeah, same thing.
Middle
I think.
tier. Okay. But yeah, so get in there, try to beat that score. Sir Moxalot put up a score today that was like 217 million. So close. So close. He almost got there. So hopefully one of us can step up and take care of this. I haven't played in a while because if you want to have a headache, just play this game for a couple hours. I can't imagine what some of these guys just grinding this game out, how their brains must feel after this.
Literally, they chew on anti-seizure medicine and tape their eyelids open. So I'm not sure I have that dedication in me.
Me neither. Let's take my money. That's fine.
Yeah, here's $20. Good for you.
Easiest $20 you ever made. No, actually, that's probably not true.
No, the fishing one was the easiest one, wasn't it?
I don't know. I tried real hard on that one.
Yeah. I mean, golf. I thought I had good scores in
time
golf.
for you to step up, big guy.
I did the downhill mountain biking one.
You did.
I saved one.
I don't even
You
chocolate.
saved-
I don't even think Chocolate downloaded that game.
No, I played that game. Don't be like that. Richie, you saved us. Moose, have you saved us?
No, but I was real close in the fishing tournament.
Ah, damn. So you and me need to pull our finger out then.
So I can stop playing this one? Is that that's what I just heard. All right.
I already stopped playing it, so
All right, Chocolate, this one's up to you. Good luck.
Damn it. I set up a good score at the beginning, and then I just got chewed
that
out.
wasn't a good score. We just didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
He sent us a picture of like 65 million or something. He's like, this is pretty good, right? And we were like, I think so. No,
Yeah.
it turns out it's not even close. Not even
Add
close.
200 more to that, and then you'll be all right.
Oh, good lord. That's so much pinball. Thinking about it's hurting my brain. Anyways,
That's like Mox got what, like to 240 something? I bet he was just like, no.
can you imagine just watching that stupid ball just drop down between the triggers where you can't do anything and just watching your round end?
Brutal.
Blech, gross. All right. Yeah, so we're playing Demon's Soul, like I said. Just download it in Game Pass. Play on the X mode table and beat 245 million. If you get a score that's higher than that, make sure you screenshot it. You can tweet it at us at CAG Podcast, or if you're in Discord, we have a Game Pass Roulette channel, so you can drop it in there. And yeah, that's Game Pass Roulette for this month.
Yeah.
All right, anything else before we get into the news?
Nope.
Well, all right, let's get into some news. All right, Moose, what is going on in the news this week?
Well, right after we finished recording the podcast last week, the levee broke loose and all the information flood for the Xbox came out. So we've got dates, we got prices, we got specs, we got all sorts of crap. Basically, I think this is Xbox's new marketing plan, is to
leak it.
yeah, basically they're not paying for marketing anymore. They're just going to leak it on
Just slowly leak it all out there.
Yeah, just let the firestorm basically do their marketing for them. So it was, what was his name? Brad
Sams.
Sam?
Yeah.
leaked out. It was like at 10 o'clock last Monday night. A picture of the new Xbox One Series S, which looks like it looks like a subwoofer from like the 90s.
It's real weird. I don't know why they went with a black grill. It looks so
Right.
weird.
So it's gonna have this giant fan in the side of it. It basically looks like the current Xboxes.
Yeah, it looks like the S, doesn't it? The normal S.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna be $300, which is pretty awesome. It only has a 500 gig or not much more than that memory on it.
Yeah, it's 500 solid state, which you're gonna fill
It'll
up
hold the
real
game.
quick.
Yes, but you like to play Warzone, so then this can be your Warzone machine. It won't hold anything else.
Yeah, and then you want to tack on a Seagate memory card or any other
another-
memory card.
Well, that's those proprietary memory cards. Everybody'd like to see them at $100, but it looks like they're going to be somewhere between $220 and $250.
Yeah. Ouch.
So I'm gonna be so selective about what games I have in that stupid thing because I'm not gonna want to fork over that much money for a hard drive. That's nuts.
When I think you can store things on an external, you just have to transfer it back and forth to the SSD in order for it to run.
Well, you don't get so you can play them off your SSD, can't you? Your external,
Correct.
but you don't get
You can have an
the
external hard drive that you can store the things on, but in order to run them, they need to be on the internal SSD. I believe that's what they said.
I thought they said it works, but you don't get the quick resume. You don't get
optimized, right?
Yeah, you lose all the extra added bonuses.
And Ronan in chat made a good point. Like for the quality of product you are getting out of this, and for how fast these SSDs are, it's a reasonable price. Sure.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm personally ready for it because like I've got what do I have? I've got a 500.
I've got a 1 terabyte one that's pretty quick. But
yeah, I have a 500 gig one, but that was like $100 or something. It was a little more than that. It's expensive for storage, and if I can be a little more selective about if I get like the Series X, if I can be a little more selective about what I do with that terabyte rather than having like right now I have an 8 terabyte just normal external hard drive, which literally holds my entire library. But how much do I play out of that at any given time? Like 4 or 5 games maybe in the span of a month, like different ones.
5%.
So yeah, I think you can definitely be a little more selective and not have to drop the money. But if you do drop the money, these hard drives are going to be able to do all the instant switching and be super fast to get your games running as quick as possible. So I mean, you're getting what you pay for. But for me, it's after spending $500. The last thing I want to do is spend another $200 or whatever on storage.
For $700, you still don't have anything fun.
Yeah, exactly.
The hardware.
Well, knowing the fact that the memory card is also going to get upgraded in 6 months' time, maybe a year.
Right.
I think that also is the kicker.
Well, how many slots do these things have? Just one?
I think the S only has one. I don't know. I don't remember the X.
It looks like they both just have one terabyte expansion card slot.
But you can take these memory cards out.
Yeah.
Straight away and plug the next one.
memory cards. Yeah.
Yeah, straight away, and it instantly works or you're instantly able to access what's on it. So it's no longer the fact that you have to, like a PC, you have or you should eject your USB hard drives or anything. As far as I was aware, you can plug in and go, which with whatever proprietary card you have. So if you had a couple, you can just take one out and stick your Warzone memory card in and stick your Red Dead one in later.
So
Yeah, but just thinking about my $200 Warzone memory card is just
right.
gonna make me break out in hives right now.
So they have the price on the Series X as well. I think we all kind of assumed it was going to be $500, and that's what it is, $499. You can pre-order. So pay attention here. You can pre-order next Tuesday, either online or at your favorite retailer. And I believe the down payment is different everywhere you go. So just check on that. And like I said, September 22nd is going to be the first day that you can pre-order these Series X's and Series S's. And I assume that they will be sold out come holiday season. So if you plan on getting one this year, this is probably your opportunity.
Yeah. We're gonna touch on the all access stuff.
Yes, I was. That was the next story I was going to talk about.
Okay, cool.
So
Best in gaming again.
yeah, and then so that brings me to the next story. The next day, I think EA tweeted out, or Xbox tweeted out, or was it Game Pass? Game Pass tweeted out that they said, "Hey EA, you want to bring your games over to play?" And that kind of let the cat out of the bag there. That now you have EA Access as part of Game Pass. So anybody that had it pre-purchased are getting that money credited back. And now EA Access is part of Game Pass. So that whole vault and library and 10-hour trials, all that stuff is now included in your Game Pass subscription.
Crazy. And you get it for PC as well, don't you?
Right.
It,
Yep.
the whole thing is absolutely crazy.
So does that include EA Origins on PC too, Bear?
Well, I believe so, because didn't they redo?
They rebranded everything to EA Play now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure someone will
I'm
correct me.
almost positive.
Okay.
I don't use Origin, so I'm not sure, but I was pretty sure the rebrand was for
Yep.
console and PC. So
Yeah, they're tying everything together
okay.
on everything here now. So it just says console and PC. So I assume it's all included.
Yeah.
And the all access that I was touching on with the Xbox, we've talked about this stuff before. The $25 a month subscription where you get to, it's Game Pass, it's live, it's now EA Play.
Right. Game Pass Ultimate, including your online subscription, and EA Play included now. So for the Series S, it's going to be $24.99 a month for 2 years. And then for the Series X, it will be $34.99 a month.
Yeah.
Sounds,
Yep.
sounds
Correct.
about right.
So I think it's a better deal financially to do the Series S. But either one,
Yeah.
they're a good deal. You're saving money in the long run.
Yeah, there's a bigger saving on the S. And then also, you get 2 years worth of Game Pass added on that.
Correct.
And the fact that you're not paying a deposit and you're not paying for any APR. That's the fee.
It's just yeah.
It's
nuts, dude.
Absolutely crazy.
Right.
Like I think this is perfect for like if I was a PlayStation only person and I was always had thought about maybe getting an Xbox, like this is something if I was on the fence I would be sold. Like
Right.
the entire
It's just all
Xbox
about-
first party catalog plus 100 other games plus the cost of the box plus
Right.
your online. It's just everything for 300. It's or for $25 a month for 2 years. It's just it's mind blowing.
Well, think about this. If you're a parent come Christmas time, well, okay, so depending what the prices are for the PlayStation on Wednesday, if you're a parent come Christmas time, potentially it is more cost effective for you to buy the Xbox and have 100+ games day one there, or you buy a PlayStation, which the price is going to be whatever the price is going to be, then you have to buy the games, because they haven't spoken about any Game Pass-esque
Yeah.
thing that they've got.
Like they have their
And
PlayStation Now, but
that stuff has kind of been anti-consumer so far, as far as PlayStation goes. So that it makes a lot of sense for parents and grandparents to lean towards the Xbox way. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and also if you obviously then you look at the fact that if you're on low income and etc., it is potentially going to be cheaper to do the Xbox. Obviously, price dependent come Wednesday. PlayStation might just give their boxes away. Yeah, it literally blows my mind. This is so consumer friendly.
It's
Every
also-
way they've done it.
Yeah, it's also the perfect, like, with what's going on in the world right now with COVID. Like, people that have been laid off or furloughed, or just their income maybe is a little wonky compared to what it normally is. Like, having the option to somehow set aside that $25 extra a month, have everything included for you, and have next gen accessible. It's just kind of, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I kind of think the Xbox has to do this right now because
they're behind this
they
past
don't have any
gens.
games to play for the new console.
And that.
Well,
I'm not going to fight you on that one.
Right. It's but then you think about it, PlayStation, like, what do they have that's coming out? Miles Morales, and I'm hoping Ratchet and Clank. Other than that, they don't have a whole lot of launch titles over there either.
I think it's more things that I know are in development, like the next God of
Right.
War, like
Yeah,
the next
exactly.
Uncharted, like
Buying it for the future.
right. That's, I don't know. I was sold on the PlayStation 5. I knew that ahead of time. Xbox was going to have to do something to make me invest in another console rather than just buying one of those new Nvidia cards that just came out and just sticking with my PC, because that is an option. And I don't think Microsoft cares where I play my games. They just want me to be playing on Game Pass or playing their first party titles, which I can do in either spot. But knowing I have like the Series X route with the all access thing, like, to me, $35 a month, just kind of out of sight, out of mind. I'll have the box and not have to drop something. Like, I don't know. Kind of is making the decisions a little bit easier for me, since instead of spending $1,000 this holiday, it might only be like $500.
well, then you can get your
That would
card as
make
well.
sense too. But boss lady says she doesn't like to have monthly payments. So
I mean, heck, if you can pay something off in cash the day it comes out, why wouldn't you?
well, 0%. Why not keep the money in your pocket?
Yeah,
You can
but
do something
also-
else with it and potentially grow that money.
All right, yeah. Hey, I'm no financial advisor.
That's all I'm saying. If you're
Guarantee you that.
0% interest on stuff, let them keep that money. You know what I mean? Use their money for as long as possible because you're not
Yeah.
for it.
And Ryan in chat did say that because PlayStation Now is obviously a thing, and they do have good games in it. I think they need to be pushing that harder, or just have more third-party games, or just more games in general, and probably drop the cost a little bit, or do something where your PS Plus subscription is bundled in with PlayStation Now. They just need to take the lead from the Microsoft, or take a hint from them, I guess, and maybe do something like that.
Yeah, dude, if Sony put all their first-party games on a subscription service, I'd be signed up from here till forever.
Yeah, that's the thing. If this was the other way around, and I could get a PlayStation 5 for $35 a month with something like Game Pass, where all of my first-party Sony, like, how many people that are just on Xbox would hop over and do that immediately? Like, I bet you that's something you might get chocolate over on a PlayStation if you tell him $35 a month and all first-party games are going to be there, and you have your PlayStation 5. Like, I don't know, could sell some people.
If they drop a console at so over here the price is $249 for the S. If PlayStation do that, I could potentially walk out with both consoles there and then. I think that would, my wife would kill me, but yeah, I would do that.
Yeah,
She would just see the smile on your face, and that would be all
enough.
she needs, Bear.
Yep.
I think I've said it many times before. She'd turn around and go, "Why can't I make you this happy?"
Well,
Great.
you know,
Yeah.
We always hope she doesn't watch the show.
Yeah, she-
All right, so
all right.
What's up
So
next?
yeah, that's all the exciting Xbox leaks from the last week. There is going to be, as Bear spoiled twice earlier, a PlayStation showcase for the PlayStation 5. It's going to be September 16th, 1 p.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Moose time, 2 p.m. Risky time, and 7 p.m. Bear time. Is that correct?
I didn't see the times for when it was out,
the
but yeah,
conversions of time zones were correct.
Yeah. Okay, then it's all correct. And you
You
can see
good.
that at PlayStation.com/PS5 or Twitch, YouTube, all those fun places.
I do think this is funny because it it's coming out now, and this was right when Microsoft was supposed to release theirs, except for it accidentally leaked or whatever. So they had to kind of
so much money.
pull the trigger early. So I think it would have been a little more interesting if these guys both were trying to release this stuff same day. But now Xbox has kind of had its time in the spotlight, and now PlayStation will have theirs as well. They're not really going to be competing with each other for the limelight.
But
This
they
will be
didn't.
What?
PlayStation didn't release it on. Was it the 25th anniversary? Was it last week?
Yeah, they didn't do that. I think people were speculating that, but that obviously didn't happen. So
Yeah, that was when Microsoft announced.
it's when they
Everything.
accidentally leaked it.
Well, no, they leaked it 2 days before, didn't they? I think they released.
Oh, was it 2 days
released it
before
on
the-
a Monday, and then on the Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure it was the Wednesday. They then released all the information.
Whoopsies.
Mm.
But yeah, it'll be good to see. $500, is that where we're all at for the one with the disc, and then maybe like $450. $400 to me is a stretch for the all digital.
That's awesome.
If it's I'm gonna be pumped if it's $400. If it's $450 though, like I don't know. I might just spend the $500 and have that Blu-ray disc drive just for the off chance I need a Blu-ray player. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if it was $400 though for that digital, whoo, sold. So I mean, I'm sold either way, but
It's pretty much S or get off the pot time for both these things. So
yeah,
we're gonna have new consoles very, very soon, boys.
yeah, I'm pumped.
Until they get delayed till 2021. After everybody pre-orders.
Smart guys.
Up next, your boy, everybody's favorite streamer, back on Twitch. Ninja, Tyler Blevins signed a new multi-year, we assume, multi-million-dollar exclusive contract with Twitch. So
If it's multi-year, it's definitely multi-millions.
maybe
show.
now that Ninja's back on Twitch, the world will go right back into its normal axis and everything will be fine again.
Wouldn't that be nice?
And then, yeah, well,
I won't keep my fingers crossed. Or
Yeah.
won't get my hopes up. I feel like they had to have offered him a substantial amount of money for the way that things got left with them like putting up porn on his channel and stuff when he left initially. Like, they had to give him some here's the new deal money and here's the we're sorry money as well. Like,
exactly. When the rich husband cheats on his wife, she gets a shiny new piece of jewelry.
exactly. That's
Yep.
exactly
say,
what
is
Ninja
it-
was getting.
Is this why Doctor Disrespect has left Twitch? Rip up his
There's-
contract, and they've got extra money to now give someone else.
That I mean,
Ooh,
sure.
conspiracy theory.
I mean, it makes sense if Dr. Disrespect actually doesn't know what terms of service he broke or whatever. It could have been something small that normal streamers would get kicked for, and he maybe wouldn't have. But if they wanted to get rid of him,
Stunt.
or
Dr. Disrespect and Twitch are in cahoots with each other, and it's just there's a Kardashian effect. Create news when there isn't any.
Yeah, could
Fair.
be.
So
we'll
that's
see.
just me and my tinfoil hat over here talking.
It's all right. We like it when it talks.
Perfect. What's next? Oh, Apple kind of changed their terms of service. Kind of.
This is just going to be another one of those news stories that we're talking about 3 months from now still.
Oh,
like a
dude,
little
it's gonna go
tidbit
on
each week.
forever. This is going to go to the Supreme Court, I bet, at some point.
Oh, God.
So here's the key points, though. Apple revisited its App Store guidelines on Friday ahead of the release of the new iOS. Basically, it allows. What does it say? It says the games. It allows exclusive or extensively allows streaming services like xCloud and Stadia, but every game that's on Stadia or xCloud will have to be individually reviewed before it can be added to the service on the iOS.
Yeah, love that.
So They just changes their wording basically to say, no, you can do that. That's fine. You just got to
Yeah.
jump through all of our hoops first.
Well, that's the thing. I saw this pointed out somewhere. It might have been on Twitter after the story came out, but someone was like, Netflix doesn't have to submit every
Right.
movie that they put
Yep.
on Netflix to
Hulu,
Apple.
Netflix,
Like
all
what?
those streaming sites don't have to submit anything.
It's
So
it's weird.
just a money thing where they can charge people, 30% for every game that is being played on the service. Why would they stop?
Yeah, I have a feeling you might see xCloud come to iOS, but you're going to see it in a limited capacity.
Right.
There'll be no games under the microtransaction, so you won't see Gears, you won't see.
It'll be trickle fed on also that, as games get approved, they'll get added and it'll start with, 5 games and then a month later it'll be 15 games and then
Yeah, but it'll all be single player, non-transactional games, and that's it. That's all you'll see.
It's just weird though, and I don't know. Maybe the impact isn't as severe as I think it is, but if you think about the amount of Apple users who are also gamers and who are like excited for things like xCloud and things like Stadia, this would be the easiest reason for me to stop using Apple and go directly over to Android. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who has that like train of thought either. Like,
dude, multiple discords that I'm in, that's kind of been the verdict from most people is like, all right, well, I'm switching to Android because screw you, Apple.
It's terrible, and I hope that they do take like a substantial hit of people just switching over because of something this just petty.
And I know, like, I switched over, I don't know, like a year and a half ago. And the only reason I didn't sooner is because of the fear of just being so interconnected with the Apple,
the ecosystem. Yeah,
exactly. That, all my pictures, all my music, all my videos, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really take that much to transfer everything over to the Android.
Nope.
And it's super simple and it's so much easier to use, in my opinion. And it doesn't lock you down to exactly what, the iOS wants you to do.
And there you go. Even in our Twitch chat right now, like Ronan just said, I'm switching to Android because of this. Like,
exactly.
And that's just one person in our Twitch chat right now. Think of the like millions of people that this could potentially, or at least hundreds of thousands, that if you're on the fence or you don't really have, if you're not die hard about Apple and you're just kind of like, yeah, I just do it because, like, this could be a huge reason. Like, I can play any Xbox game on my Xbox or in Game Pass from my bed, from my couch, out on my back deck, from the toilet while I'm making dinner. Like, it's...
The other thing that I've heard from a lot of people is even if they are in the Apple ecosystem, they are specifically going to look for a Samsung, Android type tablet specifically just to play things from xCloud on.
Right, which is also a great idea.
Right. So, and that's the other thing is, Android tech, well, it used to be, I don't know about it anymore, but it seemed like those tablets were way cheaper than, the iPads were.
They still are.
Okay.
And they're not, I mean, I don't think, iPad is the only piece of Apple tech. I used to have like they're like MacBooks way back in the day, but and iPad's the only thing I've really ever held on to because I do think they make a really good tablet. But
sure.
I've also used like the Samsung Tab A and stuff like that, and it might not be like as slick and sleek, but it still gets the job done. And especially if you just are buying it to stream your Xbox stuff, like you don't need a suite, you just need something that has internet and can function and has a screen. So
right. And then that can open up things like Steam. I think you can stream your Steam games.
Yeah, there's a few different options there. Yep.
So it just kind of, Android seems to be a lot more user friendly, and
it's because it's such a more open platform in general. So yeah,
right.
I think Apple's messing up here, and I don't know how much it's actually affecting them. But even like I said, just from chat, seeing Ronan's like, I'm switching. That's an easy switch because of something like this. I'm sure that's the case for plenty of other people as well. So
yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that have been on the fence trying to get away from Apple that just haven't had a good excuse, and this is as good as any.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, screw Apple. Sorry if you're a fruit phone user.
Well, Chocolate, you're an Apple person. Is this, and you're a diehard Xbox gamer, I would say. Could this sway you in any way? Because I know you're also a diehard Apple guy.
Yeah, so the only reason...
Snacker, I thought we just established that earlier.
Snacker, yeah, I'm a diehard snacker, as you can tell. Um, no, so no, I will stay with Apple because it's interconnected in my whole family. All my family have got iPhones. We've got shared everything, calendars, photos. We've got like groups of photos of the kids.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
everyone
You can do
see.
that with Apple or with Android. My wife and I share a Google Photos account, and I get every single picture she takes.
Yeah, no, but then I have to get the others to do it. And my mum's, as much as my mum has got all the latest Apple hardware, she can't use them.
Constantly on the phone
So,
with you. How does this work?
I know, it's whenever I go down, she goes, "This doesn't work.
You are
Read
IT.
that and do that." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "You're asking the wrong person."
So yeah, I think it's definitely different cases per household and per person.
But
But-
it is right. I mean, if Apple are doing this, I think the masses will leave. But the only time it will change is if Apple see the numbers go down, which, let's be honest, I don't think they'll ever see the numbers go down because it's
Doesn't seem like it.
cool to have an iPhone.
No, it's not cool to have an iPhone.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I'll go ahead and say it.
We think you're cool, Chocolate.
I didn't
right.
say I was cool. I said
Old
it.
people have iPhones. We get it. Probably have Facebook too, right?
MySpace.
Oh, I remember that.
All right, what's up next?
A couple quick game announcements. First one, Borderlands 3 is getting a free update, so that's cool. They're going to continue to support that game through the next gen.
Cool.
And also, one of the PlayStation exclusives that we were hoping to see at launch, Kena, A Bridge of Spirits, which looks like a Breath of the Wild type game, is going to be delayed till Q1 of 2021. So I have a feeling this is just the first domino to fall for a lot of these, launch games because of the COVID.
It's just kind of, oh man, it's a scary thing not delaying your console, but having to
Right.
delay all the games that are supposed to be there for your, like, you're excited to play on your new hardware because you're excited to play the new software. My Xbox Series X or my PlayStation 5 isn't going to do me much good if I'm only playing my older games on it.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I may pre-order next week, but I'm still trying to figure out why I should.
And that's why I think Nvidia dropping all that stuff with their 30 series of graphics cards have a lot of people that are kind of have a toe in each pond, or whatever that expression goes.
Yeah.
It's a little easier for people to be like, man, I sure could just spend all this money that I'm not sure what to do with on a new graphics card that I could just play all of this stuff on anyways.
A lot of irons in the fire, right?
A lot of irons in the fire. There you go.
So yeah,
Guys,
I think we're gonna have more delays, but God, don't delay Cyberpunk anymore.
that would be the third delay if they delayed it.
I was gonna say, at what point do you
so,
just
yeah.
stop?
We're like, this isn't a real game. Just jokes. Sorry, guys. So, last but definitely not least, we had another Ubisoft Forward last week. Some good stuff, some meh stuff, but let's go over it. So, let's start out with the Division 2. They have a new PvE. It looks like a horde mode type deal, and it's going to be in a skyscraper. I think it's 100 floors, and each level you go up, it gets harder and harder and harder all the way to the top. So it reminds me of the Gears horde mode.
All
So,
about it. That sounds
yeah.
fun.
It looks cool. And then
It's a
up
perfect
next-
game for like a horde mode because it just kind of reminds me of Gears,
Right.
like cover-based shooter.
Yeah, and you don't have to well, at least the way I play, you don't have to it's not super tactical, and you can just kind of, turn the volume down and BS on comms and, just have a good time, and it's not super sweaty, as I'd like to say.
Unless you want to get all the way to the top tier of the skyscraper.
Yeah, if I got 3 other really good people, they can carry me up
That's-
there.
that's true.
I'm here for the laughs.
Just make sure you give Chocolate a new tutorial on the grenades. I know it's been a while, so
Yeah,
I think, yeah, I
if
don't
they
know.
change the grenades one more time, I'm out.
I don't think they ever changed it.
Really? Oh,
So up next, we got Far Cry VR. So it looks basically like it's Far Cry 3 in VR. So you're going to go back to the Rook Islands, and some scary stuff is going to happen.
Ooh. That's Voss is in that one, right?
Yeah, Voss, exactly.
I don't want him in my face in VR. That sounds scary.
Oh, sir. And then let's see, we got some roller champions. They showed their blueprint initiative announcement. Some made up words there. Basically, I guess this is kind of like their roadmap to what the game could be like. It says the development team gave an update on Roller Champions status, highlighting the feedback they've been getting from workshops that will be used to shape and improve the game before its official launch. I thought this game was supposed to be out like last spring, wasn't it?
I
Isn't
I
that, like,
vaguely remember a trailer for this, but
basketball, like
it reminded me of Rocket League. I think if this is the one I'm
yeah, but
thinking
they
of.
have that big hoop up like the ancient Aztec basketball game, like on the corner of one of the laps, and they have to like jump up and throw the ball through it.
Is this the game I played at XO19? You just go around one.
Yeah, you do laps.
No,
And
yeah.
you can check people and you can score with a ball, and I still don't understand it. So
There's got to be some issues behind kind of connection issues with servers and stuff because that game was really, really good when we played it at XO19. It seemed good. It seemed really hard to kind of score and shoot, but other than that, the game seemed perfect.
yeah, I think we saw this first in like 2018. So I'm wondering kind of what the hang up is. But when it comes out, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
Up next, we got an update for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. This is going to be update 3.0, and it looks like it's going to be a whole new story campaign type deal. So it says it's a whole new adventure called Red Patriot, and the Red Patriot begins with Trey Stone asking a Russian separatist group and their agents, the Bodarks, to initiate attacks in the United States. So looks like a new story campaign. So now I have 2 campaigns to play through.
I heard that game actually got like
Way better.
decent after
Yeah.
a few months of.
That's what, yeah, Ben was telling me. He bought it, I want to say, like at the beginning of the summer or sometime last spring. And he's like, I don't know what the issues are with this game. I'm having a great time with it.
So yeah, this is you just needed your consumers that spent $60 on it to beta test it for them for a couple
Exactly.
months.
They need Dan to give him 100 hours and then tell him it's not a very good game.
Oh, so Ronan just said they released a mode that allows you to turn off gear score, which
Oh, okay.
the biggest issue with that game is that it should not have been like a looter shooter.
Yeah,
So
it felt like Assassin's Creed Ghost Recon.
that makes so much sense.
So, yep, they fixed it, and apparently it's good. And there's some new campaign stuff coming out September 15th. So tomorrow.
It
Today.
definitely seemed like if you played that game like with 3 friends, the same way you would have played like Wildlands, it could be a fun game. So I wouldn't be opposed to going back to it at some point. But definitely
Not
when it
this
came
year.
out, it was not for me. So
Right. I think I played about an hour of it. And that's as far as I got into
Yeah.
it.
I don't think I've touched it.
Up next, The Crew 2. Got some updates. I don't know.
all right, fair.
Yeah. And then
Is
there
anyone
was,
playing The Crew 2?
I don't think so. I thought they announced The Crew 3.
I think that was Dirt 5. And that got
it's
delayed.
Ubisoft's website, so I'm not sure why they included that, but okay. Now the next is I don't know if it's AGOS or AGOS, AGOS, a game of space. It's right there, right next to it. So this is going to be a VR game, basically space exploration. It says players take control of Earth's last world ship AI in order to find a new habitable, I always have a hard time with that word, planet for what remains of Earth's population. So it's a SpaceX VR game.
Cool.
Not for me. Just Dance 2021 looks pretty fun. I need to get my girls into these games on the Switch.
The best way to exercise in the COVID
Right.
times.
Dude, I am seriously looking into the Ring Fit Adventure.
Playing on the hardest mode, I bet you. I mean,
need
it
to
can't be
do
worse than
something.
sitting around not doing anything, right? Like,
Exactly.
it's got to be a little bit better.
So I think they're like $70. I may have that in my future because
It's
I think
hilarious how
it's
out of
entertaining.
stock that thing has been.
right.
Like throughout COVID, like people
Yeah.
bought it up as soon as
It's
they
hard to
couldn't go
find.
outside.
Yeah, it's just as hard to find as the Switch itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I told my wife, I was like, if we're getting one of those for Christmas, you better start looking now, because
Otherwise, you're never gonna be able to find one.
right, especially because she's like looking for the specific, like, what is the color, that like pink one?
Oh, is there one? I didn't know they were in different colors.
I forget what. There's like 3 or 4 colors.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I need to start looking for that. After Just Dance, For Honor has a new story trailer. It's Year 4, Season 3.
Wow.
So
I would love to know what the player base in that game. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that game, and I think it's a fantastic
right.
melee game if that's what you're into. That wasn't for me, but I'm just curious what. Like, the player base must be strong enough that they're still doing seasons of this and still putting some power behind it. So.
Yep, I guess this season it says it's time to take the fight to the nefarious warmongers. So
Oh boy.
maybe Mongols, something like that. And then up next they showed us a new game that's not new. They just changed the name to it. Immortals: Phoenix Rising. So this is the Monster Hunter Breath of the Wild type game that I think Risky's super stoked about, right?
It looks, yeah, like this was my favorite thing, I think, that I saw come out of this, except for a little bit more Watch Dogs. But yeah, this game looks dope.
Yeah, it's if you don't know what I'm talking about, it used to be called Gods and Monsters. So it's like that Fortnite looking animation where you go out and you are fighting basically mythology from Olympus, the Greek Isles, all that stuff. So
And like the whole aesthetic is just like because they did show some actual gameplay after the conference was over. It just reminds me so much of Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Even like the terrain and the world, and as far as she even has like wings that you can get eventually, which reminds me exactly of like the glider from Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
Very similar, but
And you can like start out and you can do whatever you want from the beginning of the game, just like Breath of the Wild is, where there's really no roadmap. It's whatever you want it to be.
yeah, and your main protagonist has like different powers, and it seems like an awesome little RPG that's I don't know, just a kind of like an updated, maybe I don't want to say better version of Breath of the Wild, but definitely riffing off that a little bit, and the whole like Greek aspect tied into it, I think is nice. I like that.
Is this game coming out this fall?
Does it? I have no idea if it has a release date.
I thought it was like December.
I also did just see that I didn't realize this was going to be on Switch as well, which
Yeah, it's on all the consoles.
it's on all consoles. Which
That's going to be interesting.
yeah, I think this could be a dope little Switch game. Although I mean, I'll say that about any game that could come to Switch, even though I haven't turned my Switch on in 2 months. But yeah,
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Okay.
Yep. So just in time for Christmas time.
Yeah, for sure.
Cross save, please.
Up next,
Yeah, exactly.
I was not impressed with this, but maybe you guys are. It's a remake of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Ah,
I was disappointed. I was hoping it would be new.
a new one?
But it's not even it's like it's an up-res.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even remake the game. They just polished it up, and I was super disappointed when I saw it.
I think it's also just a really weird time to be releasing something like this because
Yeah, because there are so many great remakes right now.
well, not only that, but like if you bought this on your like PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and then like booted it up, it's kind of this doesn't look great. I don't know. It kind of just looks like a maybe early gen Xbox One game.
It feels like a money grab to me.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked this game. The game was good back in the
They
day.
could have redone it and made it like amazing.
Oh,
Or just
no.
done a new one. You have the whole IP. Why not just make a new Prince of Persia game?
Well, that's what I was thinking. You would hope that you would do a whole new game, but
But even
Bring
doing
it out.
what Final Fantasy did, and just kind of take main points of the old game and completely rechange it and maybe elaborate on it, or you know what I mean? It just seems like there was potential for so much more.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt flat.
And Ronan in chat said this could just be a good way to like gauge how much interest there is in the series to see if maybe they potentially do want to make a new game. So kind of maybe like
Test the water.
yeah, like with Crash Bandicoot, how they did they remastered all that, and then people were so hyped for it, and now you've got Crash 4 coming out. It might be
I think that's what they're doing with Tony Hawk.
Oh, hell,
They dropped those 2 remakes, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, you guys like that? How about 3 and 4? Maybe
but
an
think about what
Underground?"
came out right before that, though. Is
Yeah, a hot pile of trash. Tony Hawk 5,
Ooh, Tony Hawk 5, yeah.
terrible.
But yeah, like Thug, I think would be sweet. Like Tony Hawk's
Yeah.
Underground, like
Like the 2 Underground games, 3 and 4 would still
American
be good.
Wasteland. Ronan just said, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
all
lot
up
of
to,
good
like,
Tony Hawk.
Project 8. Project 8 is kind of where it went off the rails.
What was that? Was that the like balance board thing?
That was the first one where you had to like control it like Skate, where like, the you would flick up on the left thumbstick to
Oh, okay.
ollie, the right thumbstick would control your flip tricks, and
Skate's doing that right. Just let them do their thing.
yeah, exactly.
That's one thing I said in my first hour that never got published was that I think there's plenty of room in the space as far as skating games to have a game like Skate that's super technical, and then to have the Tony Hawk games that are way more arcadey and just like bombastic and fun. I think you could totally have both of those because they feel like 2 completely different games.
Absolutely, and there's a totally bombastic game at the end of this one that I can't wait for.
All right, let's go.
So before we get there, though, there's a World Cup of Rainbow Six Siege. If anybody's into the competitive shooters, I think Ronan watches some of that stuff, but I think he only watches Call of Duty. So there's world teams, and there's going to be a Rainbow Six Siege World Cup. So,
Wow.
I think that's pretty sweet. Like just having like
USA.
USA to root for against.
but I bet Korea wins
And yeah, probably get smoked no matter what. But
because all of our players that are good are from Korea, right? That's what happened when they had to shut down the Overwatch League because none of the players could come back. So yeah, up next there's something called Turbo Mode coming to Hyperscape. So
Oh,
I have still yet to try this game.
don't. It's not worth it.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, Turbo Mode is now available. So, woot. Scott Pilgrim, did you guys ever play this beat 'em up game?
I didn't, but I saw some people were pretty
Super
excited
stoked.
about that one.
Yeah, so they have a complete edition coming out, holiday 2020. It's a 2D pixel art beat 'em up game. I hear the story is pretty good on it. So
The movie I thought was fun, but I have no idea if they're like the same thing at all. Because wasn't Scott Pilgrim a comic originally or something? I'm way out of my depths here with Scott Pilgrim.
The one kid in it from Juno.
Yep, the one tall Michael Cera.
can't
That's
think.
his name.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I watched that. But I mean, from like the trailer though, it looks like you can play like multiplayer. So there's you can have 4 different people on screen. It's definitely just a beat 'em up, but the art style is nice. I don't know. It
I
looks
don't
like
know if I
fun.
like beat 'em ups. Like I used to play them all the time when I was little in the arcade, but I don't know if they're fun for me.
I think the last one I probably really fell in love with was Castle Crashers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was just so
not
much.
Battletoads.
Battletoads is good, but no, I haven't played any more of it, so I clearly wasn't in love with it.
Didn't give you an itch, huh?
Nah.
Hopefully, Scott Pilgrim's got online multiplayer though.
Yeah, talk about a miss for Battletoads.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be nice.
And we got a update from Watch Dogs Legion. So are you familiar with the musician Stormzy Bear?
Stormzy.
100%.
Okay, so he's a British rapper, correct?
Rapper, grime artist. I'm sure.
The hell is a grime artist?
I don't know, some sort of form of music, but I really don't listen to.
Okay.
But he's in the.
Well, he will be a recruitable character in Watch Dogs Legions.
Oh.
So they had a whole intro, and then they had a video called "Fall on My Enemies," which got your head bobbing a little bit
I would say I was definitely moving a little bit to that one.
for sure. And,
They definitely brought the trailer came across very much like a kind of Fable style, jokey,
yeah,
kind of in jest humor.
They did
Oh,
show, which was
cool.
kind of cool, is they showed when you'd like they went through like different characters and their different abilities and their like quirks that kind of come with them. Like they showed a stealth agent at one point who one of his quirks was that he like coughed. So
yeah. Oh, no, he hiccuped.
there was hiccuping. That's what it was. He's trying to like infiltrate this base, and it's just
That
like
reminded me of what's that game that we played? where they like every time you would respawn, they'd have like a weird quip to them, and the guy had like smoker's cough or something.
It was that pixelated roguelike. Yeah.
Not Void Bastards, was it?
No, it was Void Bastards, yeah. Your guy could
Yeah.
come up with a cough. That was definitely one of them, or like a tiny guy or a giant guy. And it was all first person, too, so if you got, like, the midget gene or whatever it was, your point of view is just, like, a foot off the floor. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, so it looks like, all the people that you recruit will have different, positives or perks, and then they'll also have things that are setbacks or negatives for, so you can choose the perfect team for each mission. And also, they saw, if you guys played the first Watch Dogs, the protagonist, Aiden Pierce, will be making an appearance and will be a fully playable character with a dedicated story arc. So
he was such a wet blanket in the first game. Like, I don't know. This better be a sweet redemption arc or something, because I remember I actually played through all of Watch Dogs 1, and that was like the worst part of that game, was just having to listen to him have conversations with people. So
okay.
Yeah.
Eeyore is the protagonist in this game.
Dude, absolutely. That's exactly he's the human Eeyore. We'll see.
And finally, the best game coming in 2021 is going to be Riders Republic. So this is what I call steep summer games. I guess enough people did play Steep. Well, I didn't think anybody played it but me.
I played it once you made me play it.
Right. But this is going to be biking, skiing, snowboarding, wingsuiting, jetpacks, all sorts of terrain, huck yourself down the hill, get the best score. I think that's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, they should, like, at one point in the trailer, you just see, like, what looked like 1,000 downhill bike riders all, like, going towards the same jump, and just thinking about that in real life just was like, oh, God, they're going to all crash into each other.
It's like Fall Guys, but the opposite. Instead of racing up the hill, everybody's racing down the hill.
That's what, God, I would love to see that. Some type of, like,
Battle Royale race type deal.
just some type of big, even if it's just like a big race and you can use whatever you want, if everything was balanced, obviously. The guy with the jetpack might beat everybody else if you allow that. But, yeah, man, it does look like fun, though.
Yep, I'll definitely be getting this game. So, and that wrapped up the Ubisoft conference, and then they had some gameplay, like Risky said, from Immortals Phoenix Rising. I think they have about 30 minutes of that or so. I didn't watch any of it because, like you said, you're going to play this. I'm going to play this. I don't want to know.
That's what I watched, like 15 minutes. I was like, well, you guys have already sold me, so I don't need to find out like the answers to puzzles and all the different gameplay mechanics and that kind of stuff. I'll definitely be grabbing it, so I didn't need to sit there and watch a half hour of gameplay. That's how I am at this point, though. Like, even with like the Cyberpunk stuff, it's like I haven't watched much of that.
Dude, I watched the first Cyberpunk trailer, and I haven't watched any of them since then.
Kind of
I
like
missed all the Nightwire stuff.
yeah, it's just
I just look at the recaps and then read, the important information.
put my faith in some developers that I like CD Projekt. That's an easy one, right? Like,
Well, I thought Ubisoft was a bunch of good guys, but certainly not.
there's a lot.
A lot of bad stuff coming out about Ubisoft right now. So
So
Just
maybe
keep
that's the
making
one
your
you wait
will
for your
all go away,
pre-order. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I think they're in a, they're basically forced to make changes at this point, but it's all a good thing, and they're going to keep making good games. So they just need to get the right people at the front of the company
And that
to
was-
make sure everybody's treated fairly.
It's weird because they on their like official YouTube channel, Yves Guillemot actually came out and like made a big statement about the recent firings and
Right, but then they didn't attach it to the forward.
weird, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I
It was
don't
like the timing was almost like the same time too.
Yeah, right, like it was a couple hours before the Ubisoft forward, and I don't know if there's a reason for
There was
that.
a tweet saying it was all to do with time constraints.
Mhm.
So they had, I don't know how long his statement
YouTube
was.
has like tight commercial breaks and stuff.
Yeah. So they said they couldn't do it, even though you could have potentially cut out
I'm
minutes.
throwing bullshit there.
I'm not suggesting there's no bullshit. That's what I saw.
That was the thing
Yeah,
when I went to get the trailers for the video portion of the Twitch broadcast. It was like I've got a 20-minute thing that's just the trailers, or I have the 2.5-hour thing, which was the actual whole Ubisoft Forward.
Yeah, and that's the thing too now. Like all these new shows,
That was
if you
dragged
actually
out.
log on at the time that they say the show starts, you've already missed an hour and a half worth of stuff.
So when you first started talking about the Ubisoft Forward stuff, like the stuff with the Division, the wild or not the Wildlands, the Breakpoint stuff, I didn't see any of that because that must have all been from the pre-show. Because didn't they have like an hour-long pre-show before this too?
It was at least an hour long.
Right. So like I didn't even see that stuff because I just tuned in at the correct time that they had posted.
Yeah.
And saw all that stuff. So I didn't even see the stuff from the beginning. So when you were just talking about that, I was like, well, I don't have trailers for this stuff. I don't know what this is. It was news to me. Thanks.
I jumped on, I think, like 10 minutes previous to when it was supposed to start, and there was something going on, so I just rewound it,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'm an hour and a half back to when the show started. Fast forwarding to just see the trailers because I don't care about, I care about the developers making the games, and it's great that they have jobs, but I really don't care how the sausage is made.
Yeah, my time is also precious. So
Right, exactly.
Yeah, heard that. All right, good stuff. That was some stuffs in the news.
Unless you guys got anything else, I'm gonna waste a piece of paper here.
Oh, the only thing I was going to add about xCloud, which I should have talked about earlier. Oh, well, were we going to talk about that?
Yeah, I meant
xCloud
to
dropped today.
talk about all that stuff, but yeah, xCloud is now part of Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you have xCloud. You just have to go into your operating system store, well, Android, and and download it, and you connect your stuff. You do have to. What I did is I dedicated a controller to xCloud just so I didn't have to keep going back and forth reconnecting them.
Smart.
Because you do have to have a Bluetooth connection to your phone in order for xCloud to work. You can't just mirror to your phone as far as playing from the Xbox.
Yeah, so I was gonna say this weekend I tried to play some Avengers from the couch, and I went into the Xbox streaming app because that's what it had been. Like the xCloud thing was just called Xbox Streaming, so I clicked into it and it was like, we're taking a break. We're gonna be on Xbox Game Pass, so I think it's just moving over to the app, like you said. So yeah, it was a couple days where I couldn't play it, and I was like, oh no, what terrible timing! I need you now. So
yeah, now you don't have to sit through 5 seasons of Selling Sunset anymore. Just grab your controller, hook it up to your Bluetooth, and you can play your whole library.
It's so
and
good.
The whole entire Game Pass library, I believe.
Yeah, and it's so good because it's on my phone and I can just take one of my earbuds.
Yep.
And just have like my right earbud, and so if Megan looks over, she doesn't even see an earbud either.
And you're like, so cute, so cute.
It's like, oh, look at that house. What a great house.
So cute.
But one last thing about xCloud is that the first game, at least as far as I know, it's the first game that has. You remember when they first debuted it? They were saying how you weren't even going to need a controller because they were going to have like the touch controllers on the phone.
Yeah.
You can play Senua's Sacrifice right now with actual on-screen controls. Well, you could before xCloud disappeared.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the first game where you don't need an actual controller synced up, and you can use it puts the controls right on the phone for you, just like you would play.
But that's a tough one too, because you really need a headset to play that game. You definitely can't count on a mobile speaker.
Yeah, I think that's where you need some good earbuds.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I was going to say,
I'm going to possibly do a tech video of a comparison between some higher end earbuds.
There you go.
So I've been able to compare the two, the Samsung Galaxy Live Buds and the Apple AirPod Pros.
I bet you one's more than the other, and they both function pretty close similarly.
Yep, you're going to just spoil the whole video, aren't you?
Just an educated guess from a consumer who...
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm pumped for everybody to have xCloud. And that's not, if you're live in Twitch chat right now, it's not live today. It's live on the 15th, the day the podcast drops. But definitely check it out, guys. Unless you're an Apple user. Sorry. Rip.
All right, Rocker. That's the news, buddy. Cover your ears, boys.
You told me to cover my ears, so all I ended up doing was pushing my canned headset further into my ears to make it all louder. So that I messed up. I'm real dumb. Chocolate, what games are coming out this week?
We have some doozies.
Oh boy, yeah, we do.
I saw this and thought twice whether to put it in.
It's a video game. You have to include it.
Well, okay, let's go. 15th of September, Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. And that's coming out on the Xbox and the PlayStation.
That doesn't seem
Where did
family
you find
friendly.
this games list? I did not see that anywhere.
Just that, I don't understand what Wet Dreams are.
Where do
Okay,
you
maybe-
see chocolate? Stop it.
we also have Pro Evolution Soccer 2021 season update coming out on the same day. I honestly haven't got a clue whether it's just an update, it's the actual game, if it's a patch.
If it's just roster updates, then they are doing this right. And
I was
this is
just
the way
gonna
sports
say
games
that.
need to go.
I've got a feeling that's what it is, but I didn't look too far into it. But anyway, it's coming. It's out on the 15th. You also have on the 18th 2K WWE Battlegrounds, and that's coming out on the Xbox and the PlayStation.
NBA
then-
Jam Wrestling, right?
Does not look great.
Yeah. It looks okay.
But you
I
can
don't
be the Ultimate Warrior. That's awesome.
Okay.
be the Undertaker. Also, we're talking about remasters. You've got Crisis coming back, so that's going to be remastered on the Xbox and the PlayStation on
Does
the
it
18th.
run Crisis Fair?
I have no idea.
That's the old meme before memes were memes.
Oh, what, really?
That's
Yeah,
how you knew if
because
your PC was
like,
good.
yeah. If your computer had any balls, it would run Crisis.
Crisis is also coming out on the Switch, so now even the Switch can run Crisis. So
Oh. Got a couple of Game Pass added. You've got Tell Me Why Part 3 that has just dropped. You've got Hot Shot Racing. You also have Stranger Things 3, the game. That was a mouthful. You have Dark Crystal Age of the Resistance Tactics out. And they've brought it back by popular demand, Black Desert Online.
interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It was popular?
I have no idea. I just thought I'd add that in.
Word'd you say, right there?
Yeah, just stick words in front of other words and
Make a
will be
sentence.
formed. Exactly. Talk a little bit longer, and all of a sudden, hey presto, a paragraph. But we have more important things coming, or leaving Game Pass. Make sure you go grab one of these games. You've got Go Gunner, none.
Gone.
Anyway, Gunner, the Blueberry Edition. Jump Force. I suggest you don't buy this game because it's terrible.
Not great.
And no, terrible. And Rocket League is probably the one you should buy. Loads of fun, 20% off. It's leaving Game Pass. Go get it.
It is leaving Game Pass, but just a PSA, Rocket League is also going free to play. So
Yeah, don't buy it.
Oh,
I
don't buy it.
wouldn't
Then.
necessarily buy it.
Don't
Do
listen
not
to
take
chat.
that advice. Do not take that advice.
I'm not sure when that is. I thought it was in September at some point, but I could be wrong. Either way, yeah, unless you need to play Rocket League right now. Well, if you have to do it right now, then you play it for the rest of the month for free,
Yeah.
and then it should be going free to play. So, there's that. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, fellas, we did it. Episode
Whoops.
121 in the books.
Still got time for football.
And the Giants don't play for another half hour. I love getting the show done eally. You
Can
staying
go
up for the
bed.
game chocolate? Wait, what?
Oh yeah, go Giants.
And then stay up
What
for the
about
Broncos game?
after that game?
Go Bears.
He might
At
be
the right-
waking up for the Broncos
Yeah,
game.
it'll be on when you wake up.
Yeah. Shall I not run tomorrow morning and watch the Broncos?
Just run on a
depending the
treadmill.
score.
Yeah. Do you know how much treadmills are? You can't even pick one up in England at the moment unless
Oh.
it's £1,000.
Can you jog
What
with
about
your phone
Ring
in front of
Fit
you?
Adventure there? We could have
Right.
competition to see who gets the best scores
What, on treadmills or on
on the Ring
In
Fit
Ring
Adventure.
our Ring Fit Adventure?
I do like the idea of putting up best scores on a treadmill, though. I ran this fast.
I had an incline of 7, a speed of 7, and ran.
And I
for
wasn't even on it.
Yeah, it's like the speed, and then the multiplier is the elevation, and then the distance is another
Yep.
extra couple points. Yeah, sounds.
And then we could put $20 on it.
It's making me tired thinking about it.
How about you win $20 at pinball?
Yeah, do it. Way more fun. Debatable.
I'll give you-
I might be
I'll
going
give
for
you
runs.
$20 to win it.
Oh my god! All right, I'm gonna get us out of here. Okay.
Please.
Streamerlinks.com/CAG podcast has links to get everywhere to find all the CAG stuff. Like our Discord, where you can post your awesome pinball scores that we won't be able to beat. Or you can send in your questions for our monthly mailbag episode, which is only a couple episodes away. All that fun stuff. It's where we all kind of hang out every day and chit chat and all that. Also, Apple Podcasts, make sure to review us, rate us, like us, leave comments, subscribe, and do it all the fun stuff you do over on the Apple Podcasts. VIP episode is the beginning of each month. If you want to become a VIP, you can head to patreon.com/CAG podcast or twitch.tv/Cross Atlantic Gaming and give us a sub. If you are a sub in both places, it's the buy two, get one free special. Get yourself an extra drawing into the monthly drawing. On the socials, that's Twitter and Instagram. We're at CAG Podcast. And lastly, if you need to reach out via email for anything, cagpodcast@gmail.com. I am at Risky the Kid everywhere. Chocolate.
I'm Chocolate Bear, 80 everywhere.
Are you sure?
I have no idea. Listen, it's late.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And Moose, where can the people find you if they want to?
Mersenstein 8314, most places.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. Catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
See ya.
He's out.
Who's got the dad jokes?
Well, so Deion Sanders ordered a pizza from Papa John's. And when he asked Papa how many toppings that he could have on his pizza, guess what Papa said?
No idea.
You can pick 6.
All right. Are you familiar with what a pick six is, Chocolate?
I've got no idea.
All right.
Interception for a touchdown.
Okay.
Okay, maybe this one will be better. This one's for Ryan. So, what do Detroit Lions fans do after they win the Super Bowl?
Celebrate.
They turn off their Xbox.
That could be used with a few different teams, and I love it. That
And
could have
one
been a
more.
Dolphins joke for Jesse in chat.
I got one more. How many Miami Dolphins does it take to change a tire?
I don't know.
Well, usually just one, unless it's a blowout. Then they all show up.
No.
Oh, fair.
It was going to be Cowboys, but then he said Dolphins. So
Why did the poor quarterback have his receivers cross at midfield?
why?
He was trying to make ends meet.
No.
Did you hear about the wide receiver that went to prison?
Nope.
No, wait. Try that again. Did you hear about the tight end that went into prison?
Uh-oh.
Out of bounds?
I know about one of those. It didn't end well.
He came out a wide receiver.
The stuff we have to edit out of podcasts.
I've got no timestamps for these.
Very end of the podcast. Inappropriate joke about wide buttholes. Make sure to cut it out.
Is that called gaping?
Gaping. Oh.
Jesse, I don't like this game anymore. I stopped
And I
the
ruined
recording.
another one for YouTube. You're welcome.
Nah, it's
No,
fine.
I'm saving it.
I'm saving it. Can't be worse than 15 copyrighted songs.
Yeah.
What a fucking clusterfuck.
Thing is, though, there was only one strike that we could have accepted, and the video would have stayed up. But as I was going down accepting them, I did it in order, and it takes 24 hours for each one to be accepted.
So sometime in like November or December, you'll be done with the strikes.
To be honest, I've left it. We've hidden that video.
I would say that thing quickly was like, nope, this will forever just go down into the depths
lost
of the
episodes.
internet. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I gotta go get a baby.
And I got to go watch some football.
I'm
Go
going to bed.
Giants.
Twitch chat, thanks for showing up, being awesome. You guys rock.
Yep. Thanks for coming. Love you all.
Catch you guys next week.
Adios.
Later.
Bye. Fight for me. Ba-da-ba. Oh, hello.